Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am here to talk to you today about how we transitioned my son Jack from a crib to a toddler bed. So we transitioned my son very early in comparison to a lot of families. And when I say we transitioned him from his crib to his toddler bed, we didn't actually move him from the crib. We just took the side of the crib off. So it's essentially a bed. It's just smaller, so it's kind of like a toddler bed. But we did. He was only 13 months when we did it. And I had been wanting to do it for a while, partly because this new baby was coming. And also I just felt like he was ready, which... yeah, everyone thinks different. When I asked for advice on when to transition him, how to do it, or I wasn't even asking when, I was just asking how. Everyone was like, no, don't do it yet, just leave them in there till they're 4 and, they'll be fine then, which, that's fine. If that's your choice and you want to leave your child in there till they're 4, that is completely fine. I don't care. But I didn't want to do that with my child, and to me, I believe in boundaries, and he needed to learn his boundaries, and I would rather start it when he's young and just be consistent. So we decided to transition him. And I had been thinking about it for a while, and then we found out that we were moving, and I thought, you know what, I don't want to have to take this crib down and then put it back up again. I'd like to just take it down, put it into storage until the next baby is ready for it, and in the meantime just move Jack straight into a single bed in the new house. And so what I wanted to do in preparation for that was to remove the side of his crib, so he got used to sleeping in there just like that. So that's what I did. I was like, on a Friday afternoon, I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to take the side of his cot off and we'll just see how it goes. And I chose to do it on a Friday, partly just because of impulse and also because Shane would be home the next day. So if it was a terrible night, at least I had somebody to help me out. So I took the side of the crib off, and then we had also bought a couple of pool noodles, just, like this, well, I don't know what they're made out of. Pool noodles. And we got a couple of those, and I cut them down to size so they fit inside his crib lengthways. And then I tied them together and stuck them underneath his fitted sheet. And he's also got a mattress protector, so I just put it under that. And then put his bedding on as normal. And that acted as a barrier to stop him from falling off. So I put him to bed that night, and we sort of crossed our fingers and went, oh gosh, how many times are we going to have to go in there and, pick him up and put him in, and how many times he's going to fall out, and yada, yada, yada. Well, he laid down his head and he went to sleep, and we didn't hear from him until the morning, and he didn't even get out of his cot in the morning. He would just, sat there. And so I had practiced with him that afternoon, getting up and getting down, so he knew, he could get out, but he just didn't. And so nap time was the next thing that I was really nervous about. And I was like, oh gosh, how are we going to do this? Well, I just did our normal nap time routine. I laid him down, gave him a kiss, said, it's time to go to sleep. And he laid down and he went to sleep. And he didn't get out of his cot until we went and got him. And so I was kind of flabbergasted, and I was like, okay, it's just the first week. How is this going to go? So we carried on through the week. I think he got out of his cot once, and that was in the morning, which was still within his normal wake time. I think it was 6:45, and we usually get him up at 7, but he usually wakes up between 6:30 and 7 and just plays in his cot. Well, he had woken up, but his bunny fell out the cot, and so he wanted to get it. So he got out, and then he sat at the door and waited until I came and got him. So he was totally fine. And then we did have one night where he fell out twice, and I don't know what was going on, because he hasn't done it since. He must have been crawling around in his sleep or something, but the first time, I think it was around 11, and I was just about to go to sleep, and I just heard this thud, and I was like, oh no, he's fallen out. And I had put a couple of pillows next to the bed in case he fell out, for the first couple of weeks. And I checked him on the monitor, and he was just sitting there with his eyes half open, sitting on the floor. And so I went in and picked him up, put him into bed, and he just carried on sleeping. He didn't even really wake up. And then he did the same thing at about 1 or 2 in the morning, and Shane got up and put it back. And then he hasn't fallen out since. So I don't know what that night was about, if he was just I don't know, sleep crawling or something. But yeah, he hasn't fallen out since. He gets out sometimes in the morning, but he can't get out of his room. The door's closed, and his room's babyproof, so he just sits there and plays until we come and get him, because he's used to waiting patiently. So that's what we did. It wasn't rocket science. I felt like sometimes we can overthink these things as parents and worry about them too much. Like now he's so, like, he looks cute in his cot, and I'm like, oh, when he moves into his big bed, he's gonna look so little. But it has been really smooth. I couldn't have asked for it to go better. Yeah, sure, as he gets older, he's probably going to push the boundaries, but what kid doesn't, you know? Like, I have yet to have to go in there and say, no, get back in your bed, it's sleep time. Like, he doesn't get out. Because, I don't know, maybe it's just that we've been consistent from the start that when mum or dad says it's sleep time, it is sleep time. Do not get out of your cot. Do not, do anything. It's sleep time until I come in and say nap time's over or bedtime's over or whatever. And I also think it has something to do with his age. He's still very young, so he doesn't fully understand. So that kind of worked in our favour. So, with all that being said, I just want to say, if any of your mums out there are thinking of transitioning your toddler, or even your pre-toddler, into a big bed, just go for it. I mean, the worst that can happen is that it's a complete failure, and then you put them back in their crib, just give it a go and see how it happens. Give it some time. I think he's been in there for a month now, so this is just normal for us. And to me, I really like it because it means that now when we go to people's houses, I can just put him down in the bed. We don't have to have a cot with us for him to go to sleep. So that's really handy. And it's also exciting because we're moving to a new house, and he has a new bedroom, and he's going to have a new bed. And so I have bought him a new duvet cover. I'll probably do like a haul video. Well, not a haul video, but I'll do a Jack's bedroom video of what I've got for it so far. I don't really like themes, but it's kind of a little bit of a vintage airplanes and stuff like that. So that hasn't been intentional. It's just I've sort of flocked towards those things and bought them. So I bought him a new duvet and duvet cover, and I've just made a couple of throw cushions and also some bunting for his bedroom. So it's all quite neutral. It's all very masculine. It's not too babyish. I wanted something that he could grow up with. So I'm not having to remake stuff all the time. But yeah, anyway, so that's been really exciting. And that is how we transitioned him. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will try my best to answer them. And yeah, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more videos from me, and pregnancy updates, and house updates, and mummy updates, and just life in general, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.